Happy birthday, Dad. We are blessed to have such a wonderful family, and I feel very lucky to have a great childhood. Some of the memories I have are when I was little, we would go to the clubhouse down at the Merrimack River and swim in the river and fish. And one time you picked corn from the field across the road, and we had that, I guess, for dinner. Then we would go, I remember going to Grandma and Grandpa's house and riding Buck and Barney, which I don't know which horse it was, and you would lead us around. And then I remember going to the IGA store where you worked and you bringing home those little loaves of bread. We thought that was really great. And then when we got the farm, that was always a lot of fun. Driving the Jeep, feeding the cows, those crazy cows we had. Going hunting. I used to be your rabbit dog. I'd chase up the rabbits for you to hunt. And then we'd go squirrel hunting. And I remember the first time I killed a squirrel, you showed me how to clean it, and that was the end of me killing squirrels. Wasn't thrilled with the cleaning part. I always helped you when you cleaned yours, but to do it on my own, nah, didn't want to do that anymore. And then we had lots of fun at the farm. And then we had kids. I can remember the first time you holding each one of them. That when David was born, you were working out of town and you came, and on a Saturday morning when you got in, and I can remember, I still can picture it, you sitting in my rocking chair with your flannel shirt and blue jeans and work boots holding that little baby with a big grin on your face. And when Diana was born, it was in the summertime, and I think you and Dave were both Boilermakers, and I think you were on strike. So you were around when she was born. And then there was Montauk. How many good memories we've had of Montauk. By that time, we had all these grandkids going with us. And you being so patient with those kids, with those rod and reels getting tangled up. It was some great memories. We've had some great memories. And of course, then, there was also the memories on Deer Run Lake of our water balloon fight on the 4th of July one year. We've had a lot of great memories. It's hard to put into words how much fun we've had and how much love we have with the whole family. So, happy 90th birthday, Dad. Love you.
Happy birthday, Papa. Well, one of my favorite memories is, of course, down at the farm, going for Jeep rides and going on my favorite hill, and, of course, going fishing. Caitlin, do you have a favorite memory?
I like to put pretzels in your pocket.
Aiden, do you remember what Papa taught you?
Hi, Toby.
Hi, Toby. And Ayo, ship, ship.
We love you, Papa. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hey Papa, we just wanted to wish you a happy birthday from one of our favorite places. Happy 90th birthday.
Happy birthday, Papa.
Happy birthday, Papa.
Hi Papa. I was asked to talk about some of my favorite memories with you and about you. And that's pretty easy. First and foremost, one of my favorite memories is being at the farm and going on Jeep rides. It has really stuck with me, and I love taking my kids on Jeep rides. Second, fishing at Montauk once we were old enough to get waders and be in the water, that was so much fun. I love doing that. And lastly, shooting our 22s, going squirrel hunting, walking around the farm with our 22s, shooting turtles. So those are some of my favorite memories.
Hey Dad, happy birthday. I hope you're having a great time. I just wanted to share with you some special memories of growing up, playing in the backyard, playing baseball, learning how to play baseball. Had a great deal of fun. But I think the special memories are when you took us to Sportsman Park, sitting out in the bleachers, my very first time. I was probably 4 or 5 years old, but it was really special. And then when Busch Stadium opened, the whole family went down and celebrated the opening. Then there were lots of times that we went back to Busch Stadium. And then most recently, when you and me and Ashton and Blake were able to go down to the new Busch Stadium, that was one of the best memories for those guys, and I think for me too. I just hope someday I can bring the rest of the kids out here and we can all go to a baseball game together. We love you. Hope you're having a wonderful birthday and many, many more.
Happy 90th birthday, Papa!
Happy birthday!
My favorite memory of you is all the fun Jeep rides that we went on when I was a little kid and we went and got candy.
My favorite is when we went to the Cardinals game.
Happy birthday, Papa! Say it, boys.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Papa. I remember when I crashed your truck and I was so scared that you were gonna be mad at me, but you never said anything. I appreciate that. Happy birthday, Papa.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Papa. I hope you have a fantastic day. I remember when you did ice cream for us and it was delicious. Thank you for that.
Happy birthday!
Yay!
Is it thick enough, Dad?
Happy birthday, Papa. I hope you have a fantastic day.
He's my first.
Happy 90th birthday, Papa. I want to go up to Missouri and go fishing with you really bad, and I miss you.
Happy birthday, Papa. I wish you a very good 90th birthday.
There's one.
Hey! That's right!
There's another great grandson back
Happy birthday,
there.
Papa. I hope you have a fabulous 90th birthday. I miss you. Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Papa. I hope you have a fantastic day.
Happy birthday, Dad. I just can't even begin where to start with the fondest memories. My earliest memory is chasing you in the car going down the street because you left me. And I remember you would stop and you would spank my butt all the way home, and I would turn around and do it all over again. Or the times that you brought me back to school. And I remember standing on the steps to the doors, and you'd say to me, now, if you go in, I'll make sure you have a bologna sandwich for lunch. And it worked every time. Or the moments in the country, all those times in the country, in the Jeep, baling hay, feeding the cows in the evenings. I remember you chasing. There wasn't a snake around that didn't run from you, and you ran after it, and you made sure you got that snake. And I remember walking down the aisle on my wedding day, and you looked down and you said to me, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I laughed and said, "Yes, I do." All the memories we've shared together, and they've all been cherished. I guess you could say I am a daddy's girl, and I always will be. I love you.
Happy birthday, Pawpaw. Sorry, it's just me. They're inside restaurant right now. Just wanted to tell you happy birthday, happy 90th. I want to tell you one of my favorite memories. It's either going to be us just skipping rocks, and you teach us how to skip rocks in the swimming hole, or just always fishing at Montauk or all the fishing holes in the farm. Mayor told me his favorite thing about he remembers is you push him around in the wheelbarrow. I hope you have a great birthday. Sorry we couldn't make it. We're just here in South Carolina. We just got here. Not a good view right now because we're in a parking lot at a restaurant. But I hope you have a good one.
What is that?
He's so damn nosy.
Are you nosy?
He's nosy.
Say woohoo! Woohoo!
Happy birthday, Papa!
Happy birthday, Papa!
Happy birthday, Papa! Happy birthday, Papa!
Hey, Papa. Happy birthday. Wow, 90 years old. Crazy. I was asked to share a memory that we share. The one that came to mind was, let's say, summer of 1990. You and I went squirrel hunting. I think we went squirrel hunting behind the old trailer back in that field down there. I remember we hunted, which felt like all day to me. It was probably just a few hours. But when we were hunting, you had the 410 and I had the 22, and I was struggling. I was 10, so it was tough to use the 22, the small bullets. It was tough to be able to get a squirrel, but you had no trouble. You always gave me first couple shots. When the squirrel was getting away, you shot him with the 410, and you would get that squirrel and break its toes and grab a stick and stick it through its toes and hang them from your belt. Sometimes you wore that vest, the hunting vest with the shells in it, which I absolutely loved. So that particular day I struggled. I was having trouble getting a squirrel, but then on the way home, we were driving up the gravel road and I saw a squirrel. And I wasn't done. I wasn't gonna be denied, so I wanted to go back and shoot that squirrel. So I went and I took my 22 and I grabbed a lawn chair and I walked over to that gravel road, and it was right behind the A-frame house, in between the A-frame house and the old swimming hole, and I put that chair down and I sat there with my 22 in hand, and immediately that squirrel came right back down off the hill, down a tree, right in perfect field of view. I shot and I missed. Took a deep breath, composed myself, sitting there on that lawn chair. The squirrel ran away, but it came back. It came back down off that tree, and I took a second shot. Aimed, fired, missed again. At that point, I was getting real frustrated. Frustrating day. I couldn't make it happen. Really wanted to get that squirrel. I wanted to make you proud of me. I wanted to be proud of myself. A third time, the squirrel came down, I shot and missed, and I had enough. I was done. I wasn't able to do it. I had tears in my eyes, was crying a little bit, walked up that little hill, made my way back to the A-frame house. You met me halfway and you said, "What's wrong, son? What's going on? Did you miss it? Did you not get it?" And I didn't. And I, with tears in my eyes, said, I can't shoot it with this 22 and that small, tiny bullets. The whole time my plan was, if I had that shotgun, that would be great. you didn't hesitate for a moment, and you said, well, let's go get my shotgun. So I walked back with you back to the house to get the shotgun. You grabbed it. We started walking back, and of course my mom saw this. I think she had hesitation. She had worry. She was scared. There was fear in giving me that shotgun, but we were gonna do it. So you gave me that shotgun. I remember carrying it. It was as tall as I was, maybe taller. I took that shotgun back to that same seat, sat down, and waited. And not seconds later, it felt like that same squirrel came down that same tree and sat there. I lifted up that shotgun. I aimed. I took a deep breath. I pulled the trigger and I went up in the air. I remember I felt like I almost fell off that lawn chair. I remember looking at that squirrel and seeing it, pulling the trigger. It was gone, and I was looking elsewhere. And I composed myself. I thought about it, and as soon as I pulled that trigger, I heard, "Rusty, Rusty!" My mom was yelling. She wanted to know what happened. Right? And I didn't want to tell her what happened. I wanted to just go check to see if the squirrel was there. So I walked up, I looked down, and the squirrel was there. I finally got it. I grabbed that squirrel. My mom's yelling, "Rusty, you okay? Did you get it?" I walked up that hill with my prize, with that squirrel, and my mom, and you were there. That meant a lot to me. You trusted me, and I was proud. I'll always carry that along with me. Happy birthday, Papa. Love you.
I guess my best memory of Papa is at the farm, all the hunting we did, walking the creeks and fishing. Montauk was a good memory too.
Yeah, and I'd say the same, with hunting and all the stuff that we did at the farm, swimming in the swimming hole.
Oh yeah,
working on the roads, but putting up deer stands, cutting the big fields with the tractor, so all that was fun.
Oh.
With the hornet's nests and things like that.
Yeah, I remember the hornet's nest. Papa got stung a couple times.
That's right.
Yeah.
Working in the garden with the snakes. Main thing is just watching them with the kids. You had such a good time with the grandkids, so that was a lot of fun.
Definitely.
70 years ago, I had a blind date with a young man, and we went to a movie, and he was so courteous. He came in to meet my mom and dad before they would let me go, and he was courteous. He opened the door for me. We had a really nice time. 2 days later, he called me again and asked if he could have a date the following weekend. Well, every weekend after that was spent with him. A lot of times it was just coming to the house to be with our family. My mom and dad liked him so well. Well, at Easter time, my mom insisted that my brother Joe and Bill go over to his sister's house, Laverne, and pick him up so he wasn't going home to visit his family that weekend, and she didn't want him to be alone for Easter. We came over, had around the table. He just fit in so good. Became one of the best friends with my brother Bill and him. They were joined at the hip, and they both knew that by the end of the year they would both be called into the military and be gone overseas in probably Korea. Well, in July that year, he came to pick me up one night, and at the end of the date, he opened a little box and he had an engagement ring, and he wanted me to marry him because he didn't want to lose what we had. We both knew that we were going to be life partners, and he wanted me to marry him. In September the 20th, my mother had everything ready. My mom and dad agreed because they liked him so well, and we were married, had 2 months in a little apartment, living our life until he got that letter And by the 24th of November, right before Thanksgiving, he was called into the military. He was called in the Army. 3 months after that, he was shipped to Korea. And that was a long year and lots of letters. Never missed a day writing each other. We wouldn't get him maybe for 2 weeks afterwards. He came home and we knew it was time to start a family. And 3 months later, I was pregnant, and he produced 3 of the most wonderful young women in the world. And they married and gave us 7 of the most darling little babies. I mean, we had 7 little babies in our bed at one time. I don't think the oldest was over 5 years old by the time all of them had children. They grew into, the little young great grandkids grew to be good, wonderful kids. They got married. They produced us 17 of the sweetest great-grandkids you could ask for. What a joy you have given all of us. Because of you, we have the best family in the world. You did good, Buck. Happy birthday. I love you. And as any of my great-grandkids would say, wow, what a life. Tell your mama about it and Mason. Okay, we ready to sing?
Can you
Okay.
sing?
Happy birthday to you. Look at Alice is here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Papa. Happy birthday to you. Come on, everybody, blow. Help Papa blow. Help me. Help him, Bruce.
There we go. Yay!
Yay!